Hi, I'm Blair Gilbert, here for MrHardware.com and Gilbert's Pro Hardware in St. Clair Shores, Michigan, to talk about what to do when you have them pesky rodents living in your yard, rodenticide. Another thing is a bait box. This is, in a lot of municipalities, required to put rodenticides out in the yard. So this is a bait box. It comes sealed, you can't open it. Inside it comes with some wires to put the bait on and a key. Key goes in, the door opens. Then we can take some more bait and put it on a wire, put it in the box so it's attached. Like that, so they can come in there and get it. They can't go away with it. So we fill up the box. We can close the lid. It's locked. So now children and other animals can't get in here. They're going to come in, the rats will come in, they'll grab some food, they'll take it back to the nest, and that'll be the end of them. You need to check this about every 3 days so that if this gets emptied out, you replace it right away. You don't want them to eat some of this. They'll get sick, they won't die. They'll become bait shy. If they become bait shy, they won't come back and eat this anymore. They'll look for something else to feast on. So one of the ways to get rid of rats, rodenticide, which is really a blood thinner. Like a lot of people take for their heart medication to thin the blood. So it's really not terrible poison for us, although I do wash my hands after I play with it. Your dog happens to get into it, take your dog to the vet. The vet will give your dog vitamin K. This needs to be put out, not loose in the yard, because you don't want other animals grabbing it and running off with it. And in the fall, rabbits will take and store this. So rather than eat it and die, they'll take this back to a den and they'll hide it and store it so that you can eat it later. So what happens is the rats have no effect. No one's dying because they're living off your tomatoes and other garbage, and they're saving this for winter. So this needs to be attached somehow. These have a hole in them, and it allows us to take a screw, just a simple 2.5 inch drywall screw. We can go through the bait and we can screw the bait to a board. You don't have to screw it hard. You just want to attach it. We'll take this board, any random board, we're going to give it 2 or 3 pieces of bait, and then we'll take this board, we'll go lean it up against the wall of the garage or wherever these pests are hanging out in your yard. We're going to lean it up against the garage. Picture this as the garage wall. We lean it up against the garage wall thusly, so now the little pests can run behind underneath the board. They can get to the rat food. They can take and eat it, but they can't take it away. Maybe I'll even put a cinder block on it so my dog can't knock it free. Your dog happens to get into it and he's been chewing on it and you're worried that he might have consumed too much of this. You can take your dog to the vet, and typically the vet will give your dog vitamin K, which thickens the blood and prevents the bleeding, which could kill your dog. So you have to be careful wherever you leave this, obviously not within reach of children or anyone else. I also take these and I put them on either side of the doors of my garage, down near the floor. I screw that to the studs on either side of my man door or the big door. As the rat comes in, he sees food right away. He'll nibble at it like a bar of soap. You'll see these start getting smaller. As these start getting eaten and get smaller, then you know game's on. Go get 2 or 3 more. Put them in a row at the base of the garage. The rats will come, feast, eat, die. They can't run off with the bait because you got it attached to the wall. You have some rats. First thing you do is know that they need habitat and they need water. So they're looking to hide underneath pallets, bricks, wood piles. They'll burrow in your garden underneath the roses. You have to look for little small holes in the garden around the garage, and that's where you're having issues where you know you have rats living in your yard, besides spotting them. It's the ticket. You put the bait out, you make it so other critters can't get to it, and you monitor the bait. Sure enough, after you keep the habitat down, you keep water down, you don't feed the birds, you get rid of the rats, you kill the ones that stayed, and you be rid of your rodent problem. So we need to kill some rats. We need to make sure the bait is stationary. The bait box is handy because you can put them against the garage wall like that, so the rats run down the wall. They'll run right in, they'll smell the bait, and they'll go and they'll take it. Quick tip, get rid of rats from MrHardware.com.